Fresh on the heels of the announcement that Costco has started offering the American Gold Eagle bullion coin is the surprising announcement that Costco has started to offer the American Buffalo Gold coin. Now, it depends on kind of your level of surprise, just how surprised you'd be about that. In a lot of ways, it makes perfect sense that Costco would start offering the American Gold Buffalo, and there are several reasons why you might be interested in the American Gold Buffalo bullion coin, and that's what this video is going to be about. Costco is going to start offering the American Gold bullion coin as one of their bullion offerings online and probably in a few select stores. If you are new to the channel, my name is White Cross, and I want to thank you for being with me here today. You can call me White, you can call me Dub C. I answer to just about anything. And I'd like to begin each of my videos with a simple disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not trying to offer you any kind of financial advice. I'm simply trying to share some of my experience having bought and sold precious metals and rare coins for the last 30 or 40 years. I also like to begin each of my videos when I can with a definition or two that we can work back into the subject matter. And again, the subject of this video is the exciting announcement that Costco is offering the American Buffalo Gold coin. So I wanted to throw at you the concept of a mintage. A mintage is really the number of coins that are struck in a single year. And like the American Gold Eagle coins, the American Gold Buffalo coins that are issued by the United States Mint each have a specific year on them in which they were minted. That is their mintage. Now, technically, you can also look at different surface preparations. There are certain coins that are made specifically for collectors versus investors. There are mint marks that show which city the coin was made in. But for the sake of our discussion here today, mintage is the number of coins that are made in a particular year, and we're going to be comparing apples to apples by looking at the business strike. That is the most commonly seen example, really just for someone who's interested in the bullion and not so much in a fancy collector package, a wooden case that's velvet lined. Business strike mintage is what we're after. So what is the American Gold Buffalo? How does it differ from the American Gold Eagle? It's a fantastic question. These are the United States of America's pure gold coin. That's the biggest differentiation between the two. If you are coming to this video from the video about the American Gold Eagles being offered at Costco, I belabored the point that the American Gold Eagle is 22 karat, that is 91.67% pure. The balance made up of a small amount of copper and a small amount of silver. The main reason for that, and there are many reasons, and I will be producing a video shortly that talks about those reasons, the main reason is that makes a very strong and durable coin. Remember that pure gold is quite soft. That's a relative condition to talk about. Gold is still a metal, and in that sense it is quite hard, but fine detail wears away, gets smushed. We call that peening on pure gold, especially pure gold coins. So throughout history, gold has traditionally been alloyed with a little bit of copper or a little bit of silver or various other metals, usually somewhere around that 90% purity. The American Gold Eagles, like this coin here, is 91.67% pure gold, 3% silver, and 5.33% copper. Just enough alloyed metal to make the coin very strong and durable compared to other coins that are pure gold. But as I said in the last video about the American Gold Eagles, the American Gold Eagle coins weigh more than 1 troy ounce to account for those extra metals that are included in their alloy. And that way you are still getting 1 full troy ounce of pure gold in every United States Gold Eagle 1 ounce coin. The buffaloes are kind of the answer to the question, what about a 24 karat gold coin? What about a pure gold coin? Now, going back a few years, the market seemed to shift a little bit from the excitement over the American Gold Eagle coins at 91.67% pure to gold bars and gold coins that were pure gold. The coins had been alloyed throughout history to make them more durable so that they could be used in exchange in currency and spending on a daily transactional basis. But that's not really the case anymore. gold coins aren't really spent anywhere, so that durability maybe isn't quite so necessary anymore. I happen to think it's a positive, but the market seems to be shifting a little bit more towards 24 karat or pure gold bars. Certainly in the case of the other items that Costco has offered up to this point, the Rand Refinery gold bar, the Pamp Swiss gold bar, the Lunar gold bars also, and the Canadian Maple gold coin, all of those are pure 24 karat gold. So it is a little bit of an anomaly that Costco has started offering the American Gold Eagle, which is 91.67% pure. But as I've indicated before, like all the rest of the items that I just mentioned, all the rest of those vehicles, the Rand bar, the Pamp Swiss bar, the Maple Leaf, the Gold Eagle, all of them contain 1 full troy ounce of gold. You're not getting cheated any. It's just that the Gold Eagle weighs a little bit more than a troy ounce to account for those other metals that it is alloyed with. The Buffalo does not contain any other alloys. As a matter of fact, the Gold Buffalo is not just 0.99 pure, that would be on that millesimal decimal point, or 99.9% pure on the percentages, 99.9% pure. The Gold Buffalo is actually 99.99% pure gold. So it is 4 nines pure. That is a very pure gold coin. There are other coins on the market that are slightly more pure, but honestly, it gets to be a little bit academic. The industry standard for pure gold coin is 0.999 or 99.9% pure. If it matters, the American Gold Eagle is 1 9 further, so 99.99% pure. That's a very pure gold coin. They originally were minted in 2006, so the United States government has been making these for not quite 20 years now. But compare that to the American Gold Eagle, which goes back all the way to 1986. So you can see that the Gold Buffalo is a little bit newer on the marketplace, but it is still a known gold bullion coin that has been available for maybe not quite 2 decades now. They, like the Gold Eagle, and we'll take a look at one of the Gold Eagles. I mentioned in the Gold Eagle video that this is Augustus St. Gaudens' design from 1907 for our $20 gold piece. This is one of those classic $20 gold pieces, this one from 1925. You can see the design is virtually identical. So the United States Mint, when they decided on making the Gold Eagle, our first real gold bullion coin, they reincorporated the Augustus St. Gaudens design from 1907. If you are one of the folks that has bought some of the silver eagles that have been offered by Costco, then you will recognize this design. This is an American silver eagle, and this design reincorporated Adolph Wyman's design from the early part of this century, or the 20th century as well. This 1946 half dollar. You can see that it is the same design. How about the Buffalo? If you are of an older generation, you already recognize this design that I'm showing you right now. The American Gold Buffalo is, again, a reincorporation of an earlier design. This design is James Earl Fraser's Indian head or Buffalo nickel design from 1913. It was actually originally made 1913 to 1938. And here's some example of those classic nickels. So you can see that it is the exact same design on the obverse and the reverse, the front and the back of the coins. A little bit strange, you might be thinking, for us to make a solid gold coin, a 1 ounce solid gold coin on a design that used to be on the nickel. But if you are familiar with a Buffalo nickel, you know that that is a gorgeous design. And one of the interesting things about the Buffalo is that it is a uniquely American animal. Having an American Buffalo on one of our American coins makes a lot of sense. And when you see this design reinterpreted it in a 1 troy ounce pure gold coin, the result is amazing. This is a stunner in hand. It is a truly, truly beautiful coin. So let's talk about some positives and if there are any negatives about buying these gold buffaloes. There are some positives. First off is that they are pure gold. And like I said, the market seems to be shifting a little bit more towards a pure gold type of bullion right now. That could change, but the writing is on the wall, at least for right now, that 24 karat gold is what a lot of people want. So this makes a lot of sense, both from the United States Mint's perspective And from Costco's perspective, it makes sense for them to offer one of these. It really does complement the other gold items that Costco has offered so far. The Pamp Bar, the Rand Bar, and the Canadian Maple, it is 24 karat gold. They have, the Gold Buffalo, a much smaller mintage. There's that word that we wanted to reincorporate. So the number of gold buffaloes that are made every year is significantly smaller than the American Gold Eagle. There are many different reasons for that, many different factors for that, but a lot of it has to do with supply and demand. There seems to be a pretty strong demand right now for the American Gold Eagle. It is a known coin that has been around for decades. And I think the Gold Buffalo is maybe starting to catch up a little bit as more and more younger people enter the market and are buying bullion. They like the concept of a pure gold coin versus some of those folks who maybe were around in the 60s, 70s, or even 80s who are a little bit more familiar with gold that has been alloyed. So I really think it's almost a generational shift. But the Buffalo is pure gold, and the mintage on the Buffalo is significantly smaller. Take, for example, 2020. The year 2020, the Gold Eagle was minted in a quantity of 747,500 pieces. That's the American Gold Eagle like this one here. The 2020 Gold Buffalo, 242,000 pieces. So right about a third as few, which means there are significantly fewer Gold Buffaloes out there. And I think that's pretty much replicated for every year since the Gold Buffalo has been minted. In fact, there are some mintages of Gold Buffaloes that are quite scarce. But from what I've seen, from what Costco is offering so far, they will be offering the 2024 Gold Buffalo. I think that's probably the way they've worked in the past, certainly the way they have worked with some of the other units that they've been selling. So keep your eye out for 2024. And really briefly, I mentioned before that these coins, the Gold Buffalo and the American Gold Eagle, have a mintage that comes out every year, and every year that year changes on the coin. So if there is someone that's born in a recent year, someone who's graduating from college, someone who's getting married, or if it's a Christmas or a Diwali present or whatever the reason, if there is a specific year that means something to you, you might want to consider looking at those pieces that have that specific year. I understand that if Costco is going to be offering these in bulk in mass, they may not have very many options, but that's another reason to maybe contact a local seller who might have these, one of your local coin shops. Always try to get locally if you can. Continuing with the benefits of them, that small mintage, I see that as a benefit for the Gold Buffalo. The next one is the fact that these, like the Gold Eagle, the Gold Buffalo is a non-circulating legal tender coin issued by the United States government. So it has it's backed by the full faith of the United States government. It's denominated at $50. If you're coming to this video from the Gold Eagle video, you know that you would never spend these for $50. We use a theoretical $2,000 per troy ounce price. That's about what gold is trading for right now. So you wouldn't spend a coin that contains $2,000 worth of gold for $50. But that non-circulating legal tender designation means that these pieces do have some protections. Counterfeiters are a little bit more reluctant to copy United States currency than they are a generic gold round or a generic gold bar. They know that they're going to be in significantly more hot water, so these have at least a little bit of protection in that direction. Also, there are tax implications to gold pieces that do have a face value. Again, I am not a financial planner or a financial advisor. I'm not trying to offer you any kind of financial advice. So if you are interested in pursuing those aspects of the coins, I encourage you to reach out to a certified financial expert or an accountant or even a legal attorney who specializes in these types of products, so you can understand all of the different intricacies of that legal tender status, the fact that these do have a United States government $50 face value on them. So the United States of America also has been one of the largest assayers, coiners of pure gold and silver coins, and gold and silver coins going back almost 200 years now. or in some cases even more than that. So you do have at least a little bit of assurance from the fact that these are coming from the United States Mint. They are a known, trusted, very well-respected minter of coins. And the fact that these are United States Mint products, these are not privately made. These are actual United States Mint products, means that you have at least the assurance that these are coming from a very known and well-respected assayer and minter of coins. Are there negatives? There are some negatives to these coins. And as with the American Gold Eagle, I don't really see these as deep negatives. These are things just to kind of be aware with, Remember, I like to arm you with as much information as I can because I want to see you make informed decisions. The decision to buy physical metals is a deeply personal decision to some people, and I want to make sure that you are as comfortable as you can be if you decide to pursue these on your journey, knowing that you have the confidence of understanding what it is that you're looking at. Negatives of the gold buffalo. They're pure gold. Remember, 24 karat gold is a very, very soft element compared to a lot of other elements. And because of that, a 24 karat gold coin can show scuffs, marks, contact marks, dings. If you drop it on the floor, you really probably are going to dent it. So a 24 karat gold coin is quite soft, relatively speaking, as a metal. Now, it's my understanding that Costco is offering these in something called an assay card, and I've got an example of an assay card right here. They are a rigid plastic holder with a clear window that you can see the coin through. Assay cards do a decent job of protecting the coins, but a 24 karat gold coin is quite soft, at least compared to other metals, so that's a little bit of a negative. The smaller mintage on the American Gold Buffalo that I see as a positive can also be seen as a negative. Because there are fewer of them on the market, that means that the Gold Buffalo has maybe a little bit less understanding, a little bit less visibility with gold buyers. Remember, I like to encourage people to at least consider their exit strategy, whenever that exit is going to be, if it's 5 years from now, if it's 20 years from now, or 30 years from now. Will the Buffalo still be kind of the younger brother to the Gold Eagle? I think it probably will. Is that a determining factor? I don't know. That's really going to have to be something that you reflect on yourself. I think that the small mintage is a good thing because it may mean that there is numismatic or collector appeal for these that might be a little bit stronger in the future. There is no guarantee with numismatic supply and demand that that means that the coin will be worth more in the future, but it's a possibility. At least it's there. And while we're at that, let's reiterate the fact that gold and silver are globally traded commodities, and the prices of the gold and silver pieces do fluctuate radically daily, from day to day, from hour to hour. So by the time you're watching this video, the value of gold could be up considerably higher than it was when I shot this, and it could be down considerably lower than it is when I'm shooting this. Just keep that in mind. Other negatives. We talked about them before, and they have a lot to do with Costco's pricing structure. Costco does not accept returns on these products. That's important to understand. Costco will not buy these back from you, and you can't return them. And honestly, if the price of gold drops dramatically after you buy it, you can't really expect Costco to take these back. Keep that in mind. Now, that's not specific just to the gold buffaloes. That is also true of the Gold Eagles and even of the Silver Eagles that you see here on the side. Costco will not buy these back. And they won't price match either, so they're not going to offer any kind of a discount on these pieces. This is important information to understand. You've got to eventually find somebody who will be willing to buy these if you ever decide you've reached the point where you want to exit these and sell them. Costco will not buy them back from you. Another reason to possibly look for a local retailer who might buy these from you. But again, I'll include some links down below that show you some options of where you can sell these if you ever come to the conclusion that it's time for you to sell. So those are some positives and negatives of them. The one last negative that I wanted to talk about is another one that deals with premium. I talk about premiums a lot on this channel. Premium really simply is the amount of money that you have to pay over and above the value of the gold or silver vehicle that you're buying. Those premiums go to pay the profit of the person who's selling them. It can go to pay for the refining of these metals and the minting of these metals, the shipping of them to the store, keeping the lights on in the local store. All of these different factors, you can't expect them to sell a globally traded commodity at the price that gold is currently selling for. They wouldn't be able to make any money and they couldn't stay in business. The premiums on the gold buffaloes tend to be slightly higher than they are on the American Gold Eagle. I checked pricing right before I started shooting this video, and to the best that I could tell right now at this moment, the premium on the gold buffalo tends to be about $100 more versus the American Gold Eagle. Now, it's a little bit unclear at this point how Costco is going to structure that. In the past, you can see how much they're selling something for. That price updates constantly throughout the day. And as an aside, one of the other last negatives that you can definitely say about these gold buffaloes being offered through Costco is that given the small quantity of these that there are out there, I expect these pieces to appear and disappear like that. You're not going to be able to find these sitting on Costco's website. You're going to have to constantly check in over the course of the day if these are things that you want to pursue. These are going to go fast. And I say that because I take the temperature of what the common gold buyer feels on a regular basis. Do you have a strong affinity towards the gold buffalo? What are your thoughts about the gold eagle? What is 22 karat versus 24 karat in your mind? What do you currently think the market is? And we'll try and experiment here. And if you're watching this today, tomorrow, a week in the future, or 2 or 3 years in the future, I want the people that are watching this to simply comment on this video and let me know, do you think that you're leaning a little bit more towards the gold eagle or the gold buffalo? Which one is your choice? Just give me a couple words and say, I like the eagle better, I like the buffalo better. And that way folks who are watching this video at some point in the future can scroll through those responses and they can take the temperature of the market also. They can see which one is gaining more traction, which one people are more attracted to. I think right now that there are fewer people that like buffaloes, but those people who like the buffaloes really, really like the buffalo. It seems that folks that are interested in the American Gold Eagle are simply interested in owning an easy to understand way to own gold. People that are fans of the buffalo tend to be really strong fans of the buffalo. So it's kind of an interesting dichotomy. It's interesting to watch the different factors play into this. Observations. Let's wrap this up. I think that the American Gold Buffalo is a gorgeous coin. It really is. You put this coin in somebody's hand and they will immediately smile. Their face will light up. It's an amazing thing to see, and I've seen it for years now. So I do think this is a beautiful coin. I think I edge a little bit more closely to the buffalo, but that's just my opinion, and I don't want you to get caught up in my opinion. I just thought I'd mention it since we're talking about observations. I do think that the lower mintage of the buffalo is a net positive. Like I said, the fact that they don't make quite as many of the buffaloes means that maybe they aren't as popular, as well known, as readily understood by the gold buying market. But by and large, the people that really do understand precious metals, they totally get it. They totally understand it. And the fact that this is a lower mintage can mean that there is at least the possibility of some numismatic or coin collector appreciation over time. Nobody can guarantee it, but at least that's there. So, some observations. Costco is offering the American Buffalo gold coin. I kind of thought it would happen. I reached out to Costco about a month and a half ago and I asked them if they were going to be offering anything new, and they very coyly said, no comment. So I had a suspicion that this was coming down the pike, but you never know until it actually appears on their website. What's coming next for Costco? I actually have a pretty good idea, but we'll talk about that when and if it actually happens. There we go. American Gold Buffaloes at Costco. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know which way you're drifting. Do you like the Eagles better? Do you like the Buffaloes better? I honestly would like to know. I'd like to see a tally of the folks who are watching this video. If you have suggestions or questions about anything that we talked about here today, I would love to answer that. Leave a comment down below. As I like to say, if you've got that question, there's a very good chance that other people have that question too. I like being able to answer those questions for everybody, and maybe we can kind of spread the discourse about these coins and everybody can go away a little bit more enlightened. If you have suggestions for other videos you'd like to see me make, by all means leave a comment down below and I will see if I've got the knowledge base and the examples so we can talk about those items as well, answer those questions as well. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'd like to encourage you to subscribe. Give this video a like. That works in pushing it out to other people who also like these types of videos. And as always, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey as you go deeper into the world of coins and physical precious metals.